Oh, Katie. Julie's horse. That was interesting.
There. Now come back.
Quick walking. Oh.
All right, just sound and pressing with the right. Good. Very good. Good. That's all right again. Take it right.
She's going to have a full belly by the end of the day.
Okay, what happened there is you keep it like that.
Wait. Good.
Good. That was better. Right. Okay, now you're getting a little aggressive and making him lean a little. Hands up, Steve. That's it. Press your leg forward. There. That's better. That's good, Steve. Hands up, hands up, hands up. There.
What?
Sit up just a bit. Sit up just a bit.
What did you say?
That's a great incentive for me to shut up.
Yeah.
Good. Good. Go with it. Go with it. Just like that. Just like that. Okay. Sit up. Sit up. There. Very nice. Okay, now slow him down a bit. Okay. You know what we gotta do? I gotta videotape you doing that.
Gee. Move, Mal. Okay.
Good.
4-9.
Looks good on video, you know. No, he doesn't like the flat work, does he?
Free jumping 3/4 time, a total of 3 3/4 for Amstel and 4 left to go now in our initial round of competition. At this point, 3 have qualified for the jump off wild. Hornby, 323. $412, 412 Zeus, and Sean McGrath from Schaumburg.
What?
Could Teddy eat crunch?
Yep.
I gave him some crunch.
Whoa.
Take care. Keep jumping.
Oh, good. Aww. That was
Trying
good.
to get out.
34 seconds. The scoring remains the same. 4 faults for a knockdown, 3 faults for the first refusal. And we'd like to wish Colin Roy a very happy birthday.
That why you only rides jumper? I'm tired. I'm ready for the sleep. I told Tiny Daddy. Touching over at the LA with Tiny Daddy.
Oh.
Okay, Mom, just see what I thought on the drink.
Second award to 200.
Blenheim Palace, in the heart of the English countryside, just a few miles from the dreaming spires of Oxford, is the home of the Spencer Churchill family, the Dukes of Marlborough. And once again, one of the finest ancestral homes in Britain plays host to one of the most pressing events in the equestrian calendar, the Blenheim3Day International 3-day event. Last year, Britain's Lucinda Murray with Just Jeremy with a winning shot. After terrific days of competition in the dressage, in the cross-country, and finally in the show jumping, she triumphed by the narrowest of margins of New Zealander Andrew Nicholson with Didier Segeret of France in third. Well, Lucinda is back this year to defend her title with Arctic Goose, and she's stiff competition from the entry of 111, which is a world record for any 3-day event. Well, the first discipline, of course, the dressage. And at this 2-star level of eventing, each competitor is required to perform a 7.5-minute routine made up of 20 sections, and each one marked out of 10 independent judges. Within these sections are a series of prescribed moves. Move number 3, shoulder in, where the horse and rider must move forward and simultaneously sideways down one side of the arena. Watch for the hind legs to stay on track, or legs step sideways. The horse might be bent around the rider's inside leg, with the horse's head looking in the direction in which he's moving. The last element of the move is the 10 meters in half the width of the arena. Here the horse must maintain it with head and neck bent towards the inside. For the halts, rein back and 5 steps, the horse's feet must be square when stationary. The rein back must be on the diagonal, the right foreleg with the left hind leg, and vice versa. Completion of the steps, the partnership should move immediately into the working trot. The extended trot is move number 9. Here the horse should lengthen its stride and frame, but without increasing its pace. Okay, here we are, 1991 at Blenheim, and Pippa Nolan has had a great season. She's on Heron's Flight. With me in the commentary box, the former world and European champion, Lucinda Green.
Pippa's having to work for this dressage. You can see her legs going either one or the other. You always try to use the one that the dressage judges can't see, but that's not always possible. Like, for instance, now I'd be using the left leg more than the right leg. If you do that, you end up having a horse posing a little bit unlevel.
Here's Francis Hooper riding Park Royal.
This is a wonderful little horse. Francis has brought him on some years now. She's had some real bad luck this year. She's fallen more times than she cares to recall into water jumps at major events. This horse is going very nicely for her. She's a very small girl. The horse isn't too big either. He looks very subtle and kind. Counter and straight out into extended canter. Very easy for the horse to switch legs, which would be marked badly down. And to walk. A little bit of hesitation, and he's almost beaten.
Now, this is Nick riding Macduff.
This is a real class horse. Macduff has been unlucky in his career because he's a horse without doubt of Olympic possibilities. But just when he's about to get onto the shortlist, some stupid little accident happens to him and he's sidelined. Wonderfully cheeky. Nicola finds him quite a double handful to ride, but she's got a lovely partnership going with him.
Charlotte Hollingsworth rides Madame Butterfly.
Charlotte's coming up rather fast from the ranks of, you just see there, she's pushing around to find her syrup. In the ranks that he also ran, she's done extremely well in the last 2 years and showed her form last year at Burley and again this year at Bramham, and rides an assortment of different horses, very tactfully. Shoulder in now, not such a good shoulder in. The front legs don't seem to hardly come off the track at all to cross over.
Now from the Cleveland country, Paddy Muir riding Archie Brown.
She's had trouble there. You may have seen, did do some checks at the end of that extended cap. The horse anticipated the walk and started getting tense a little bit early. And he's not going to get a great mark for the walk because he's trying to duck his head down inside an imaginary vertical line.
And now the new European champion, Ian Stark, riding a very interesting horse, Kinsman.
Yes, this is a lovely horse. He too hasn't been that lucky. Just when things started to go right for him, he's had little injuries and things. He's bred by the same sire as the wonderful horse that Ian rode internationally the last 4 years, Sawati. And maybe this horse will follow in Sawati's footsteps. Not showing the bad walk at all. Ian always relaxed, plenty of time to scratch his nose or whatever. Also a nice easy rein, doing an extended walk that could be a little longer if I have to be critical, but at least the neck and the head is stretched out.
And Ian Stark on a real high after that tremendous victory at Punchestown in the European.
Yeah, so there's no stopping him now. He's been the bridesmaid for some 7 years behind Ginny, always second in the Olympics and the World Championships and the European Championships, always runner-up. I mean, that's some record, I can tell you, just to be runner-up is something special. But now with poor Ginny sidelined with her broken ankle, whoops, a mistake there. I think there'll be no stopping Ian.
And that's a very good mark for Ian Stark. 46 penalties.
Right from going up the centre line, he stayed fairly straight and halted quite nicely, and that sort of, you start to breathe a sigh of relief then when you think, well, at least you got the first movement over and you haven't blown that. Then you just pray that it stays the same and relax for the rest of the test. But he was very good. He didn't make any disastrous mistakes. His rein back wasn't particularly good. He tends to get a bit head up in the air and think, well, I want to go forward. But he's very good extended trots. He's got terrific paces.
Now from the European to the reigning world champion. This is Blythe Tate for New Zealand, this time riding Pedro the Cruel.
Pedro the Cruel hardly could get into the arena. He saw something, cameras, maybe our cameras or something on the outside arena, and he did some fairly wicked movements, and I'm surprised Blythe is keeping him as settled as this. But he'd be used to it because the horse on which he won the World Championships at Stockholm last year, Messiah, is also a very difficult horse.
I consider myself quite lucky. I think the judges were a little bit kinder to me than I have experienced in the past, because I had a bit of a mishap before I went into the arena when Pedro, the horse I was riding, took fright at a television camera, and he actually knocked into the dressage arena and got himself a little bit wound up. But towards the end of the test, he settled and worked quite well, and I think he got some strong marks at the end of the test, which made up for the shaky start.
Now here comes Lorna Clark riding King's Jester, and this is a real combination.
Yes, Lorna took this ride over only at the beginning of this year and went brilliantly around Badminton and got themselves into the European Championship team at Punchestown, only to get a corn, which is not dissimilar to what you and I can have, on his foot, and to go lame and not be able to complete Punchestown. So they've come here now, 3 weeks later, to try their luck at Blenheim.
So after 3 days of dressage extended to accommodate the massive entry, Ian Stark and Kinsman III hold a slight lead from Francis Hooper and Charlotte Hollingsworth in third. Further down, Pippa Nolan has 2 horses in the top 10 with Cartoon and Heron's Flight. Well, the second and most demanding element of the trial still to come. Join us after the break for the cross country. is 2 points after the... And when I tell you the top stuff, it all winds its way around the ground. And our next fence is number 5. This is the Flyer. Now the Flyer is a big and imposing steeplechase type of fence with a 6-foot ditch in front of the brushwood. It needs to be exact. So does this one. This is the DuPont and the first of the option fences on the course. Now the fast route is straight through, and the option can take up valuable time, but it may be safer.
Murray, who won the inaugural running of this
now coming down to the DuPont.
Blenheim3Day event.
And she's going straight through.
Very strongly into the water and quickly out again.
And well through.
And with the optimum time, 9 minutes 49 seconds.
Now, this is the Arena Quick Step. The Arena fence again offers options. The rider needs to place the horse very accurately to save time on the direct route. The longer option is much easier, but there's a heavy time penalty, and a clock in the corner of the screen will show you the difference in the routes. Now, what's she going to do? Is she going to go straight through?
She certainly is. Brave girl. Very wide, that corner. She's kept a super line. Very well ridden. The horse is heading to his right-hand side, and she keeps pulling him back on course. Well done, Lucy. He's a strong horse. He's not altogether sensitive in the mouth. He's been very difficult to hold over this past year. He's only just started to get control of himself in the last season. And he's still giving her quite a lot of pulling. I watched him at Blenheim, this event last year, and I didn't think she'd ride him again because she was so out of control, but she stuck with it, found a bit, and I think the Kimball would work.
Now, let's look ahead to the Splash. This is fence number 15, and the Splash will find out the horse is a little water shy. Straight on is quickest, of course, and riskier. The option means jumping in over a large log. An 80-meter gallop through the lake will be strength-sapping.
Again, she's going straight. Oh, this horse is great into water. That's 2 lovely shots into water jumps. You won't see them all, so easily done with that. This fence out is quite a problem. Up a step. Little tiny stride and through a bullfish. Now again, this horse is going bold and straight and making things look easy.
Well, we're now well out in the country with about a third of the course still to go. This is the complex she's coming to, 18, 19 and 20. Another option fence with a severe time penalty for anyone who takes the longer route.
And again, she's gone the quick way, the corner and the bank. The weather's closing in on us. It's all right to start with this morning, but we're preparing for another really wet day like what we had last year.
Over the Trakehner and going really well. Lucinda Murray is going very well here.
This isn't the horse that she won on last year, so she'll be very pleased with how well he's done.
Now, look at this. Into space and the seat. The reason it's called into space, she's jumping downhill now through the water. Another 80-meter gallop across the lake.
Last year, this was a man-made pontoon bridge. This year, they've made a surface in the lake so you can go straight back to the water.
Very exciting ride.
Fence number 26, the Double C, the last of the real testing fences on the course. Again, a long option exists, but the riders will be thinking about the time penalties as they near the end.
Arctic Goose still pulling near the end of the course. He'll be getting tired now. Lucinda's got to work to keep him on line. He's going right again, and he's missed the corner, but he's all right. He's through the red and white flag, straight over a tree. Doesn't matter. He's still between the flags, and I think that route is something that a lot of people will take because it avoids the accuracy of the corner. And the tree, with any luck, will get you up in the air, and therefore you'll clear the rail. I think it's a good weave that possibly the competitors have maybe slightly defeated the course designer on that one.
But look at the time. She's coming down the last, and she's already nearly a minute over, and she has gone the fast route at every obstacle, and she's going to get a handful of time penalties. Well, this is surprising. 9:49 is the optimum time. For every 3 seconds over, you get a penalty point. She finishes with 75 penalty points, and if this weather deteriorates, well, that could be a good round. Now, back out on the course, Rodney Powell on Blenheim3Day, coming to the halfway stage, the rails.
This horse is already 12 years old, but he hasn't done very much eventing. He's been doing other things with his life, and Rodney hasn't had a lot of experience with him. Beautifully ridden through there. He's owned by Mr. and Mrs. Boucher, who own several horses that Rodney rides. Now out this really tricky. Oh,
My
what
goodness.
did he do?
Oh,
He broke the camera,
Oh.
broke the fence.
oh, I went right through
But he
with that.
was still away with no penalties, but Rodney must have had to sit very, very tight through that. Those fences aren't meant to come down.
Now, Karen Straker, Stephanie Bartholomew. Well, Karen, of course, won the individual bronze in the Europeans, helped Britain win the team gold medal. This time riding Stephanie Bartholomew.
She's just a nice 9-year-old, but Karen only got the ride on the end of May. I saw them 16 in the event of showdown beginning. Just a class horse, and she's giving a good ride. It'll be interesting to see how they go.
Now, back out with Rodney Powell on Blenheim3Day, coming down to the complex. Now, let's put the clock on this. The fastest time is on the left, 9.89. Let's see what he gets through. And he is slower.
Yes, that's something going to be interesting to watch as time goes on. This one, I think it'll have trouble here too. It's a big ditch under a log into dark wood, and this weather is going to close in on us. It could be troublesome.
Back with Karen Straker coming down in towards the DuPont. Karen's had a few problems with Waters over the years. Made a big splash at the Olympics in Seoul in '88.
Yes, no trouble there. That was a very nice piece of work. He's not risking that straight line through that we saw Lucinda and Arctic Goose do. I'm going to explain that. There's no margin of error but force on the straight line. But look how long this takes. Still this animal and another to go.
And look at the time on the top left hand, ticking away. Lucinda Murray went straight through, bounce, bounce, bounce. She took 14 seconds, and that's half the time. Twice as long it took Karen Straker. Now she'll have to gallop to make it up.
Not a lot of fun for horses weaving around like that too. Rodney coming up to the last fence, the IDA. Linda's given him a good ride, and the time is amazingly good because this horse is not going to ride that fast.
He's inside 10 minutes. Finishes with 64.6 penalties. Rodney Powell.
And here, Heron's Flight, Pippa Nolan, well placed after dress with a big jump over the first and no jump over the second element into the water. Not like this horse, but then I know that it has twice thought again, prices again, and he's not having a bargain. I just wonder how well he is, because he just doesn't look to me to be off, so to speak.
Well, they're going to retire. But Pippa Nolan does have another horse.
It looks to me like she's calling it a day, and she probably feels he's not quite right under her.
Now, back with Karen Straker, coming towards the double C. She's going the fast route this time.
Yes, that's that's amazing. Same route as Arctic Goose, but just put the one stride in before the last element, not two.
And coming down towards the 28th and final fence, and the time, well, she's over 10 minutes. And I think that was the problem earlier on when she took the long route round and couldn't make up the time. Safely over the last, looks down at the watch, and is going to finish in 10:22, 66.1 penalty points for Karen Straker.
Very pleasing now, I should think, for her. Donald Brigham and Philip Clapham, and that famous Clapham family that seemed to produce 4 or 5 top-class riders that start in juniors and go on up through to senior international level. How is he going to do this? Oh my goodness, what brave, brave jumping from that horse. Beautifully ridden, beautifully balanced, and how is he going to get out of it? Without this causing a problem. Step up, very short stride to a bullfish, and that was absolutely no problem. The horse is really going.
Now, here's the Rum Tum Dugger, ridden by Julian Mabry, coming down the DuPont. Isn't that a great name for a horse?
He is a cracking little horse, been going for a very long time. It's quite a high level of competition. Going, maybe he's reckoned he's been going long enough, because this is the easy route. If she can't get over this, she's got nowhere else to go.
20 penalties for the first refusal.
He's given him a spank, but come on, mate, that's not the way you do it. But I wonder if this little horse, just beginning this year, to say he thinks it's time to go in a grass field. I think he is, or maybe the hunting field.
So, back with Balbriggan and Philip Clapham. Now, Philip was way down after the dressage. He was actually in 90th place. So he's got an awful lot of ground to make up. And let's see how he's getting on here in the time. And he has, well, it's over a second slow, so he's got to kick on.
Here's Rom-Tum Tiger with another final go, and he's saying no way. Gillian's got the message, she's got to take him home.
Look at the rain coming down as Park Royal and Francis Hooper set off, and they are lying second after the dressage, but conditions here deteriorating rapidly.
Yes, it's not a lot of fun. When the rain starts to really come down, it's very hard to see. And you just hope sometimes if you come into a fancy eye shows that you...
Joe Chipperfield struck upon 20 pedal there on second attempt. She's now going to go the longer route.
White stuff to help him slide over if shouldn't hit him, but if he's not going to take off, he's not going to get a chance to hit that.
40 pedal, one eliminated.
He's going to go, so he's really had enough.
And she's...
He's just lost the right.
Now, back out on the route. Let's pick up the action at fence number 24. And this guy is going really well. Flip Clapper flying, and he is making up an awful lot of ground.
Just looking every inch of him, this fellow, as fast rider. Just leading his team. He's got a long way ahead of him. That horse is beautiful. It's a very, very good horse.
Now Cool coming in towards the... and they're going to go the fast route. Marriage. Oh, no, oh, no. Oh, I say. Oh, that looked nasty.
You could see it happening over the first element. The horse went hard right.
Back out with Francis Hooper. And look at the rain lane. She's got to sit tight. Those roads will be getting very wet indeed. Oh, she's refused.
That is very sad for her, though. She's got into the water beautifully, which hasn't always been a strong point, and now she's had a run out, and it was a very easy thing to have at this fence in the semicircle away from you. Another one's dislodged a rail in that bullfinch. Oh, her nails will be busy.
Philip Clapham, younger brother of Tiny, going great at the moment, coming down towards fence number 26. He's going the fast route.
Yes, brilliantly done. I think designer Mike Ezra into the fence is going to be rather annoyed the way people find him can avoid the last corner of that fence and just pull right and just get a single rail, which is really tough.
Considering he was 90th after the dressage, he is going to move. Look at the time, 9:42.43. Now the optimum time is 9:49 as he comes down to the 28th and final fence. This is a great round by Philip Clapham. And that really is superb. Balbriggan, this is going to take him right up. Let's get it confirmed. Goes into third place behind the leader at the moment, and that's Rodney Powell.
The horse is quite good. It's quite fast going, but in the wood it's very slippery. You come around the corner and you're not sure the back end's going to go or the front end. It rides really well, but I think you just got to take into consideration the ground. I didn't do the short way in the arena. The horse is quite green, but I did the corner at the top. I think if you want to get the top, you just have to kick from start to finish.
So Rodney lead at the moment on Blenheim3. Karen Straker second, Philip Clapham in third, Lucinda Murray, last year's winner, in fourth, and Ken Mahan for Ireland in fifth. We'll take a short break, but we'll be right back. Welcome back, and the weather has closed in considerably at Blenheim, making conditions even more for the remainers in the cross-country. I like that one. And look at this. This is going to make very difficult indeed. But the goes on.
All that white grease will prevent Macbeth falling should he happen to hit one of these. Just get on with it.
Well, it's beautiful half fencing, but even conditions really are deteriorating very badly, and anything could happen now. Very slippery.
We're feeding right into it. You need goals on, they get me just to get on with it. Hope the horse doesn't find it. What a big clever that chap, looks like he's going to sally through a little trident.
He's Away with the Fairies. What a good name for a horse. John Selwall, Away with the Fairies.
I got King's Jest, Lord. Squinting, trying to see his stride through the rain.
Back with McDuff, Nicola May. Into the water, just sit tight.
Now, will she get out? A short stride up the side, and a short stride to the semicircle full finch. Ooh!
Nearly lost another camera there. So Nicola May going up the hill and galloping on despite the weather. And this is what's coming up in front of her. The quick step. In. Over. And hopefully out. But there is the longer alternative. But as we saw, that takes an awful long time.
With the fairies going straight, John's a show jumping rider, he's accurate, he's driving. Look how beautifully taken that horse to you. Well done, the pair.
Back with Nicola May and Macduff coming down to 18, 19 and 20, the three-fence complex.
Wide corner that, much wider than last year. No trouble with those two.
No problems at all. Only a second over, no problem. She can pick that up.
Okay, now this is very dark in that room. Yes, it is. Look at that. Also quite affected by the dark. Kind of a little extent that they stop dead rather than jump.
John Selwell going well on the way with the fairies. Coming down towards the splash.
You did a great job there, John. You have to work hard for it, but the horse gave his all best. Now what's he going to do? He's going to go up the bank, turn away, and do a job with this and make sure he doesn't pick up 20 penalties for this stop. He's seen a lot of them starting to happen at this place.
Lovely big horse, this one. Nice thought. He is gallops up the hill.
Nicola May coming for the last. Well past the sun, but they haven't been hanging around. They won't take 10 minutes. Very, very good run. Wonderful.
55.4 penalties. That's going to lift her right up. It is indeed. It's going to put her to second place at the moment behind Rodney Powell.
Yeah, Charlotte Hollingsworth on 8-year-old mare Madam Butterfly. Oh, that was the slow way over that fence. Specifically so the horse doesn't hit it, and she still hit the fence. Even going the long route.
Now, here comes Sarah Kellard. Hello, Henry. Starting off 52.6 penalties, 13th after the dressage. Definitely in touch.
Changing her whip over to her right hand. This horse has been known to stop. Sarah is determined. He's on almost home ground, as she lives very near, but he's going to put up the best showing he can. He's well capable of it.
Now, here's Rossi Bay for the United States of America, and Hardaway. She is! Oh,
wow.
Oh, that is not the way to jump that fence. I hope she's all right. Ah, she is. She's a good, tough girl. Still got the glasses on as well.
Away with the fairies and John Farrell making going super. John looking every bit as if he's had a run. He's going to be proud.
Around this, because he has to take the long route of coming out of the lake. And still finishes. 9.2 penalties to lift him up as well.
Some things are more important.
Yeah, angle on that. Yep, she's behind that stop the better.
New Zealander Drew Nicholson riding Park Grove well after the dressage, and they are definitely in with a chance if they can go through this weather.
Riding this horse a couple of months.
Henry coming into space.
The lake, that slows you down a lot. He's keen. He's really got his engine in gear, this horse, today. Delighted with Sarah. She rides extremely well and she deserves to really go.
And Nicholson into the arena.
Yes, this is Andrew, who's an incredibly bold rider, but he's decided, and I think why, because he doesn't know the horse that well, or maybe he knows it well enough to know that he can't trust it going snivel, but he's going to be 15, 20 seconds longer doing this route. But Andrew will make it up.
Well, he's lost a lot of time there, so he really will have to gallop. He's quite happy.
Firing across. Final couple of 100 metres. Not a bad time at all.
This is going to 10 minutes, 17.63 penalties. That goes into second place. Good round.
Grove lives in Somerset now. He's taken our event scene by storm over the last 5 years. He just wins everything. I think he's had so much success at winning events. He's been placed all the time. But he's won several, but not as many as he's won one day.
So Andrew Nicholson, going. Now this is what they've got coming up next. This is the double stage. Now will Nicholson go for the fast route? Slow route. Because he took the slow route earlier on. Now will he try and make up the time? So the difficult route straight through the middle.
He's got his jaw set and he's going straight.
Two strides, lovely. He is really beginning to motor now, Andrew Nicholson, and he's only got 2 more fences to jump. This is the man who, New Zealand, won the World Championship in Stockholm. 1 to go. And look at this. Now 9.9 is, and he's not over that. Now can he glide to become the fastest round of the day, going for the finish? He's just for the round in rain like this. What a round.
Former championship for Duncan, which he's got the right on with this year. He's drifting right and she's trying to correct him back to the corner. And he just forward either. You get all this way in the third fencing home. Something goes wrong in your life and you've got 60 penalties.
So now let's pick up Robert Valley Murphy.
This is a horse that's had a look, Robert. I wouldn't be riding him. Oh, not another one. He actually looked like he just cast himself around the upright. It looked like he only thought there was one element to that thing. He just went to jump inside it.
Rob on heavy
I
fall.
know Robert just had his eyes tested twice because he said the same thing before, but thank goodness he's perfectly all right and somebody's been good enough to drag up for him.
Now, new to Ian Stark, the leader is in the country.
The ground steeplechase course, and the horse Jake had the third chase fence and slightly ploughed through it, and he pulled up very sore in front, and so rather than risk him, we brought him back in the horse trailer to the stables. But he's not badly hurt, I don't think, but there's definitely a bit of filling and hurt in the legs. So we'll see how
Prevention better than cure.
Absolutely, yeah. I mean, the chances are if it's just knocked himself, then he'll be right for the spring. If it was more serious and we'd gone cross country, then we'd have done sort of everlasting damage, and that's not really the name of the game.
Poor Ian, there's the ups and downs. European champion.
And down the next, this is a Frenchman, Patrick Carlou, is in the ditch. And what's this? Blythe Tate, world champion, retired. Pedro the Cruel. Well, this is really sensational stuff here at Blenheim.
Pippa Nolan and Cartoon has second ride, the water, and more trouble in front of water. Surely she's not having a good weekend. I guess she'd prefer to be forgetting Blenheim this year.
But if I know one girl who'll keep going through all this, it'll be this one, Lorna Clark, riding King's Jester. Brilliant.
What a beautiful ride. Didn't he give her everything, and didn't she give him a lovely ride? Down. Lorna's got the worst of it, but she doesn't mind me saying so, well over 40 now, and her experience is probably unmatched. She has a unique style of her own. She rides in a long, soft rein, and the horses go for her. There's no flies on Lorna. She's a very intelligent lady.
I think it's fair to say she's been a very unlucky lady as well, and had to miss the European when the horse just wasn't dark.
Now, how's she going to get out of here? Because this is causing problems. Is she going to go straight, or is she going to take that longer, safer route? By the look of it.
I know Lorna, she'll go straight.
Didn't tire.
Here's Andrew Nicholson leader at the moment for New Zealand.
And how's the happy owner?
Oh, this is Ramon Becker, the man who's given the horse to ride. Meanwhile, back out with Lorna Clark. Across Nicholson holds a narrow lead ahead of Nicholson. And look at Lorna Clark, after every round, he's moved up to third. Karen Straker in sixth. Philip Clapham has moved. Good. It's up next. It's the show jumping. Back to Blenheim and the final day of the physical course, the show jumping. But before any of the horses go on to be checked for fitness by the vet and the judges. Now, sign of fatigue or lameness, and the horse is immediately rated. Well, this year, out of the original entry of 111, 78 horses passed through to the final day. And you know, considering the number of falls in the day, that really is a remarkable. All of the leaders, including Lorna Clark and King's Jester, seen here, past the vet.
And King's Jester has passed.
Now let's take a check on the Nearly men. Well, this is Didier Segeret for France on La Toise. They finished 15th overall.
A good clear round in final 7th position for Jane Holden-Rodham. Riding here Balin Green, daughter of Ebony Green, a horse that our chairman has selected rode round Badminton a few years ago.
Ken Mahan for Ireland riding Ivanovic did a superb cross-country yesterday, but had a couple of fences down in the show jumping. He finishes 20th.
And last year's winner, Lucinda Murray, with Arctic Goose, a fence down, dropped her down into 13th position at the end of the show jumping.
After that sensation entry, he knocked one fence down in the show jumping, and he finished a very respectable 9th, which isn't bad considering he started 90th.
Fairies, owner of Lord's, finished fine, lovely clear round in 6th position.
Karen Straker jumped every fence clear, but unfortunately she got half a time fault. Still, she finished 5th. Karen Straker, Stephanie Bartholomew. So the top 5 still down to these 5. Remember, one fence down is 5 penalties, so no room at all for any mistakes. Coming up to the halfway stage in his round, Rodney Powell riding for Lindry, and the gate's gone. The gate is down, and that is by penalties for Rodney Powell. There it is. It's on.
Bouchers, who own this horse along with Jane Holden-Rodham's horse, will be disappointed because this will put him way down already with one down. Let's hope he can keep clear now. Lovely horse conditions, and it's early days for him in 12. He hasn't had the opportunity to muscle up by doing a lot of speed evidence yet, and another. How very disappointing. That will put them right down to 12th place. But a lovely horse for the future.
I'll make up the time. He can pay for it in the show jumping, and he does with 15. There's Seb Cole. Seb rather keen on the 3-day eventing.
He's married into it, so he's just going to have to stay with. She can keep up the great work she did yesterday. She had a little disappointment with this horse. She doesn't know many others. He's her one ticket to the big time. And she really put her best foot and his best foot forward. Yes.
She's put the pressure on the top 3. She must go clear.
Riding in lightweight, right foot with a curved turn. She's difficult in the mouth of the horse.
Setting this is, isn't it? In front, this superb house.
Walked into water 3 times yesterday. Now, today, they have to jump over the top. They have a rail strung across the top. Line. See that final treble. And one doing with quite a few.
That really does put the pressure on the top 3.
Now in 3rd place at the moment, Lorna King's Jester, after that superb cross-country yesterday.
Really well looking lovely clear round, so he's got a reputation for putting the pressure on those that may be above him in this phase.
Lorna Clark from jumped out before the cross-country yesterday because of the conditions.
Look at that face, so intelligent. A little bit lazy with his front legs and hit them. Lorna used to show jump at a pretty high level too, and some of him.
He rides with a lovely long lane as well. She doesn't tug at the mouth.
No, unique style. I haven't seen anybody else at this level. One-eyed, 2 of
the race. She's been at it for so many years. She's still hungry for victory. Still in the top flight. McDuff. Now she can't. If she can go clear, that would really put the pressure on the New Zealander, Andrew Nicholson.
What an easy horse to ride. He's got such a personality, such a character. He says, let me go, I know breed. Down it came.
Now she can't afford one. Oh!
At this point, you're Lorna Clark. You wish your friends, but at the same time, know how disappointing it is to go down after the show jumping when you've done really all the work in cross country, and you half hope that they don't pull too many rails, that you attend.
Right.
It's a good job.
Considering she started, she can finish with 5.
Now,
Can knock up in Blenheim 1991.
nerve-wracking for Andrew because he was in this position last year. He went there, funnily enough, you can ride the male horse well because he's the basic principle of ride about the idiosyncrasies with a particular horse. He happens to ride so many different horses every 3 or 4 times a week, different horses each day.
And Nicola May looks on. Andrew Nicholson clear or one fence to win Blenheim. Halfway round.
Lovely. I think some that showed up wasn't unusual. He used to lose 3-day events on it, but I'm of the opinion that the horses he were riding weren't just so special, and his skill that got them so well run across country that they were in a leading position. And the horse has to be pretty special to come out and do a clear round in the show jumping once he's been across country. And just maybe this horse is that.
I love the way the horse pricks his ears as he comes through the combination, really looking at the fences.
He's giving him a great ride. The horse is trying for him, but Andy's producing him in a lovely balance in front of each fence.
Oh!
Except that one was a lucky one. I don't think that was anybody's fault.
One to jump.
Yeah.
He's done it. Andrew Nicholson finishes 52.8. Clear round. And he wins Blenheim for New Zealand. Superb round. Superb way to finish. You can do no better than a clear. And this horse, who's owned by a Spaniard, well, who knows, with the Olympics coming up in Barcelona in Spain next year, could this be a potential medal winner? His wife Jane given her a well-deserved hug. So Andrew Nicholson confirmed as the countable winner of Blenheim 1991. Nicola May, Lorna Clark, and Sarah Kellard in fourth. That's the leading six. Rodham also there. And Philip Clapham come from 90th. There was only one man in it.
He's a lovely horse. He's tried very hard. And he will say, I'd love someone to buy him for myself to ride. Maybe with the idea of getting to Barcelona next year. We'll wait and see. I think it was all there to be jumped. It rode very well. As far as I'm concerned, it was just a bit.
So, yeah, New Zealand chances the
Today, take a front row stand.